Hi guys, welcome to Just Because of Manchester United YouTube channel. On this channel, we discuss everything Manchester United, the biggest club in England. From transfers to match previews, match reviews, and sizzling and hot news coming out of the club. Before we begin, do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and the link to this YouTube channel. So yeah, let's get right into it. The new season kicks off in a couple of hours. 2025-26 campaign, but another, we're expecting another end-to-end and, firecracker of a season. The 2024-25 season was a very forgettable one for Manchester United, finished 15th in the league, were unable to muster back-to-back league wins, got knocked out of the Carabao Cup, got knocked out of the FA Cup, then painfully lost that Europa League final in May to Tottenham that cost us both a title, the chance at the title, and the chance at European football. But like they say, a new page has been turned. It's a new season, new expectations, new players. Amorim is ready to help the team, the players themselves to obviously from the disappointment of last season will be looking to make something out of this season. A couple of guys have left, Christian Eriksen, Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans, who left retired and is now handling the loan situation with the youth teams. There are talks of Toby Collier going on loan. We've seen how the preseason went. Obviously, I was particularly very, very excited about the preseason. Not just the sort of teams we played, but the fact that they were Premier League teams. Playing West Ham, playing Bournemouth, playing Everton. These are teams that will play at least 2 times in a season in the league. So it was nice that we got to have like a kickabout with these guys. Their term obviously is preseason, but you get to understand the style. You get to sort of like cement what you're trying to do for the new season. So I was really happy with what we did in the Premier League Summer Series. I saw the game against Leeds United before then. It wasn't too okay, a goalless draw, but it was understandable because players were just coming back from holidays. But going into it, the club has rightfully backed Amorim. They brought in Mateus Cunha for over £60 million. Brought in Brandon Bruno for almost £70 million. Diego Leon, whose deal was agreed, I think, in January, but finally came in this summer, the young Paraguayan left back. Then the big one, Benjamin Chesko from RB Leipzig, was brought in for 85 million euros. 6'5" striker, very tall, very promising. A lot of people are saying it's the same thing like the Rasmus Højlund deal from Atalanta, but let's not forget, Højlund scored 9 league goals in Italy for Atalanta. This guy scored 21 goals in all competitions last season and 13 goals in the Bundesliga while playing as a second striker. Because if a lot of people got to watch Bundesliga, if you got to watch RB Leipzig play, you would see that Sesko sort of had like a relaxed role while Luis Openda was the one top striking. So I'm not one for stats and figures and whatnot, but I like the fact that it gives us something different from the sort of strikers that we've had. You look at Joshua Zexi, he's big, he's tall, but it's not that type of a guy that you want to play the first ball into and hope to bring it down for the second ball. Rasmus Højlund is quick, but it hasn't really worked out for him at Man United. But Benjamin Sesko is like a combination of both. Technically very savvy, very quick, great header of the ball, knows how to use the ball, knows how to hold up play. So that's somebody that I think, hopefully, like I said, will work in the Ruben Amorim system. But talking about the Ruben Amorim system, what do I think, or what do Man United fans think the system would be like this season? Amorim has made it very clear that he's not looking to change his system. It's still going to be the same 3-4-3 that he played at Sporting, that he was very successful at Sporting. And that's something that I'd like for us to understand, that it's very important that a coach comes in, be it midway through the season, be it from beginning of season, and stamps it down that I'm not changing my system. Because we've seen a lot of coaches come to teams and start out with 4-3-3, then they switch to 4-4-2, then 4-5-1 and whatnot. It just gives the players a sort of understanding that maybe okay, they can make the rules for the coach. But I'm coming in and saying no, I'm going to play this 3-4-3, whether we succeed, whether we don't succeed. If we succeed, good for us. If we don't, I'm ready to leave. It just sends a message to the players that this guy, there's no messing about with this guy. He's here to ensure that we win. And it was really important. You could see it in preseason. Sometimes before Mazraoui got injured, Mazraoui was the elite. It was Aiden Evan, obviously, with Lisandro Martinez still out. We saw a lot of Lenny Yoro And my word, what a talent. We saw a lot of Lenio in preseason. We saw Maguire. We saw Dele playing in that central centre back position. We saw Aiden Evan playing on the left back centre position. And also sometimes Luke Shaw on the left centre back position. I think Patrick Dogu, his preseason spoke for itself. He looks fitter, he looks stronger, he looks faster, and his decision making sort of has improved. We didn't see a lot from Dalo, but we know what to expect from Dalo. Top performer, always available. We saw Ahmad. You also know what to expect from Ahmad, one of our best players last season. Obviously, you saw Bruno Fernandes, Mateus Cunha, and Bomo not the lot because obviously the whole transfer process, but expecting, going by what we saw or what we've seen him do for Brentford over the last few seasons, you're expecting a top player there. Also, like I said, Benjamin Sesko. The talks of Rasmus Højlund leaving for AC Milan. If he does, fine. If he doesn't, we'll be needing him because we need everybody. But one place I think we really need reinforcement is the midfield. And calm down, I know everybody's talking about the Baleba deal. I think the midfield really need to get somebody. If not Baleba this season, maybe next season. But we need to get in somebody in that midfield this season. We need a first phase controller, somebody that can help us hold the ball, somebody that can help in the build up. A lot of criticism have come from him about how he uses his 3-man centre back to build up, how he keeps expecting the central centre back to go into the midfield, which sort of clogs the lane. But I think if we have another man in midfield, someone who is comfortable to receive the ball, then it could, rather than building up with a 3-5-2 shape, we could build up with a 4-4-2 shape or a 4-3-3 shape, where the central back moves into the middle, allows the six to space, and then they're creating passing lanes for either the goalkeeper centrally or for the both centre backs who will be spacing out. So I think we need the first phase player, someone who knows how to use the ball. There were talks about a bid for Oymond, Sporting Lisbon's captain. But now with the Baleba bid, I saw a lot of him over the last 2 seasons with Brighton. What a player, man. What a player. He carries the ball pretty well, does the defensive job really well, and is very technically savvy. Reminds me of Chelsea's midfielder Moses Caicedo, who coincidentally also used to play for Brighton. So I think that's going to be really important. Us bringing in a central midfielder this season. A lot of talks have been around goalkeeping. What's the situation with Bayenda? What's the situation with Donada? I think if we can get a solid base, I think if we have a definite style of play, if we are able to play attacking football, we really don't need to worry that much about goalkeeping, because when you're always on the front foot, you tend to obviously always hold on to possession, and your shape is good. If your shape is good, when you have much of the possession in most of your games, you don't really need to worry about your goalkeeper so much. So I think that's something we don't need for now, not this summer, in my own opinion. I think we need to spend the money elsewhere. Like I said, midfield, if possible, getting 2 midfielders, getting Baleba, getting someone else. We just need midfielders. No shades on anybody. I saw Ugarte made a lot of, I don't think he had a good preseason, made a lot of mistakes. I also saw Casemiro give the ball away a lot. And that's something that killed us last season. Our inability to hold on to the ball, our inability to play from the back, and Amorim spoke about it pretty well last season. So I think, all in all, I think we had a very good preseason. I think I saw a bit of what Amorim was trying to do. With the fact that we'll be playing just 1 game a week, I think that's going to really help the team also. 1 game a week, to get to bond together, stay together, and keep working. But my predictions for this season, we've seen Man City spend big money. We've seen Liverpool obviously spend big money, and are still hoping to spend big money. Chelsea obviously will keep spending. Arsenal brought in a striker, brought in another midfielder, brought in another defender. Tottenham also spent on Mohamed Kudus. But being a Man United fan, we are winners. We want to win. So I think a top 4 finish this season should be expected. That should be like the least, the minimum, because we are Man United. Like I said, we need to be there. We need to be among the guys fighting for the trophy. So Amorim needs to have that at the back of his mind. Lowest expectation, a top 4 finish. I think Benjamin Sesko, I see him bagging like 20 Premier League goals this season. He has nothing else to do. It's just 1 game a week. I think 20 Premier League goals this season. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes, we know, is always going to be Bruno Fernandes. But let me know what you think about, everything I've just said, from our transfer business to your expectations for the new season. Let me know in the comment section below. Do not forget, this is just because of Man United channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Glory, Man United.